Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Art Weekly. They're not real, they're quite good imitation flowers. If I don't have fresh flowers, I quite like bringing these out. And I thought, I might have a go. I haven't for a long time done a timed drawing. I've got two pieces of paper, the 300 GSM, and I thought I'd just grab one of these aqua markers. So it's a watercolour pen, and I could use that. I'll put the timer on and see what I get from a little bit of speed drawing. These have a fine end and a brush end. So I think actually I'll go in with that brush end first. I don't know. And for whatever reason, I've decided to just come in at this point. It was 9:21, 9:24. So that was 3 minutes to get that down. I'm just going to give that, oh yeah, it's moving nicely, a little squirt. I'll let that roll onto there. I love the effect of the water on these. They're really such versatile pens. I do like them. I've also got here, if you watched last week, the watercolours that I took to the beach. They're the better quality, freed from the palette, and these are very, very old. These are very old. So, no, that's dried already. So that has dried really quickly. I can keep this as a watercolour. And this is giving me a bit of a, well, quite a lot of a sort of scratchy effect. Let's have a look at that. So I think it's going to be an exercise in red. I might let that dry and then go back in with the aqua pen. And while that's drying, I'll use my other sheet. And go again. I've got a little bit of branded, and it just happens to have that red, branded brown paper bag. Same idea as you may have seen before with me. I'm going to put down just some collage on the paper this time. I've put my bits of collage down. I'm going to go in with acrylic. I've just got some red acrylic here. I'm going to take the same flower, and actually what I'll do in this instance is I'm going to try and go on the outline. I had a primary red, I've mixed a deep green on top of that primary red, there was a little bit left, and white, and that's just given me something I'm going to attempt to use for a little bit of the leaf. I can just see little bits of leaf in areas. I've added in white and I've gone in on the leaves, but again I love that this element that tiny bit of collage has given. I don't know if the camera can see it, but there's this fake eucalyptus. Oh, I love that. I love that. We had a big tree in the last house, but we don't have it here. I'll let that dry. I can see the paper is starting to ruck, to cockle, so I'll let that dry. And that, well, in the time I've done that one, that has pretty much dried off. So here I can swap out again. I've had this little painting going on now for a long time and it's driving me nuts. I want to disrupt it because it's not exciting. So I've taken just what was left on the palette and just thought, oh, and I gave it a rub around. There's quite a bit of texture on here, and and now I can respond to that and hopefully get it moving. Sometimes it's just the fear of messing something up. I quite like an element of it, but there's too much that I don't like, so that's it. I can respond to that now and I can move on with it. I might come in this time with the fine end and just put in just a tiny bit of detail on the leaves. put down some watercolour here, well, all around, and decided I didn't like it. So I went in with white acrylic. That is dry now, and I don't like that either. So remembering in my head, this is experimental. I'm really happy with the acrylic here. What to do next? What to do? And something is telling me to go over the white acrylic, go in again with maybe some pen. I'll go over that again with, where's my red pen? I could go in again with the red pen, or let's try warm fuchsia. Yeah, we'll go in with warm fuchsia on the broad tip. So that's what I think I'll do next. Something like that. I'm probably standing right in the way here. I've looked at that tight rose and put that in, and then what I think I'll do, I'll go back to acrylic paint . I'll let that dry. When that's dry, I think I'll go back in with the red and just slowly keep building up here. The point at which you just think, not sure what next, that's the time to swap over. That is nice and dry. I could, at this point, I'm wondering, I might just bring in, I might just put on a little bit of collage in a kind of why not moment. That's a bit of an interesting shape. A new day. I worked last night. I'm unsure. This ground is a challenge. So I think I need to do something on the ground. And I think this pot needs to be a bit bigger. But I'll keep going. What I really like about this more than anything is this. So it's telling me that, and I quite like that, and that, and that. This area I'm not mad about. I might go in, I might white out, and go in with another chrysanthemum. Over here, it's not very balanced. because this guy got left. But my thinking is to go in with something strong and just sharpen up the idea of the eucalyptus. Both have their merits, but both have more to go. The salix that sits outside the cabin it's done its flowering and it's become very leggy, and it's having a haircut this morning. I've got to a point on here. I need to white out again. I can't resolve this area at the moment. So I think I want to just put it aside to give it a bit of breathing space, a few days, and then come back to it. So I decided this morning to run again with the acrylics, which I'm happy with. I like the colours and I like the simplicity. So this morning I'm going to work on one and see what might come. I decided to go in with some black, and here I'm just using a skinny stick and using the paint. That's a fairly empty tube of black paint there. Dipping into the tube and just trying to be loose with it. That little piece of stick has got a mind of its own. And there's something about that I quite like, because you will get the odd unexpected mark. So I wouldn't recommend it if you want precision, but it's really, really good fun. And I like the effect of that. A real sidetrack this week. I didn't know I was going to be doing this. So from sorting out and moving a few things in the house and unearthing this little group of fake flowers, I have a little pile of work here. Nothing that I'd intended at all. There's been some work going on just beyond our garden. So the noise level has been up in the cabin. So it's been nice. It's so nice to have this easel in the house. I find it so useful. So I have a little pile. I've got a few variations on a theme here, and what really good fun that has been. There's another one somewhere. My challenge, if you like, this week was trying to get somewhere with this guy. I know that I was trying too hard, and I can identify still the elements I like, and I still have an issue here. So this morning, in a bit of frustration, I put a thin coat of white paint all over, and I will just have one last try at coming in here, because I don't think the paper will thank me for doing too much more. But the 300 GSM, I'm always asked about the paper. This is Snowden 300 GSM, and I buy a pack from Jackson's Arts in the UK. But I think most brands, so long as it's 300, you want weighty paper to be able to do this. I'm also treating this as a big sketchbook page, if you like. It tells me where I've gone wrong, what I won't do again, or probably will do again, what worked, what I like. It's a nice piece of reference material, if nothing else, and I've had a really nice time doing it. A little bit of frustration, but that sometimes is a really good thing. I went in again with this to have a play. Now I've established elements that I really like. I then went in and had a play with something on the ground, in the background. Do I like it? Do I prefer it without? Yeah, I feel as if it is the tip of the iceberg with this as subject matter. There's something spiky and something nice and loose. The flower is quite loose, So I really like that. I think that's what I'm attracted to. So I will get back to the cabin and I will resume concertina and the smalls and all the other things, but I'm really glad that I allowed myself to get sidetracked, and I'm so glad that I've got this easel, the house easel, because it's just so good to have. I can show you, that's one of the little minis. I don't think I've shown you this one. It's all been glossed up. I am really enjoying the fact that there's more than just the face of it on these. So they are really nice to work on. Whatever you're up to, have a great creative week, everyone. Yeah, allow yourself a sidetrack, because it might be frustrating, but it also might be really fruitful. So, and I would also recommend, I do really love this working two things at a time. I think it's a good way to go. Until next week then, have a great week and I will see you soon. Bye for now.